Welcome back to the Deep Digger Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew. My other host, right over there.
What's up? It's D. Good to see you again. Today, this is the Diamond Pick of the Week, where every single week we dig into who are the 49ers playing, what are the odds, and we make the best bet of that week. And we are actually up on the season. We are up a whole unit. I'm feeling pretty good moving forward. But before we dig into all of that, be sure to hop on because this is one of the hottest podcasts in the game right now. So be sure to show your support. Be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe. We really actually just genuinely appreciate it. It really helps us out.
Yeah, unlike Caleb Williams and USC, let's get a dub today.
Oh, we're trending up, not down.
Yep. And we're not going to sit out the rest of the season. Let's get it. Let's dig into some of these odds. What's the spread? What we got?
Yeah, so actually kind of surprising. The 49ers are 6.5-point favorites. I would have said that should have been hovering around 8, but I get it. Home dog, you gotta give the Vikings something. Plus, their offense has been good. They've stayed in games against the Chiefs. So I mean that makes sense. Money line is minus 300. So not pretty good odds if you were looking for just a straight up win for the 49ers. What are your thoughts on that? And the over-under is 44.
Yeah, and this is against the Vikings in case you live in a cave and don't know what's going on with the Niners this year. The -6, I feel like, is the most tempting, but man, the Vikings aren't like completely terrible. Despite their record, they've been in games. They've been in a lot of close games. So even like a last second score can shorten that up to a 3 to 1 point game. So maybe we got to dig into some of these individual stats.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and first take a look at the quarterbacks. It is the Brock Purdy versus Kirk Cousins showdown this week. Kirk Cousins notoriously is not good in primetime. Does he continue this trend? Brock Purdy looking for a bounce back game against this Vikings defense that hasn't really been great. He looked pretty bad up until that last drive against the Cleveland Browns. His over under is 235.5. Kirk Cousins over under is 238.5.
I mean, I think Kirk could hit that over because this guy, that's all they have. They can't run the ball. Madison doesn't look like a guy that compares to what Dalvin Cook was for them. At the same time, Justin Jefferson is not playing. On the 49ers side, Deebo Samuel out, McCaffrey a little dinged up, Trent Williams a little dinged up. I feel like this could be much like last week, real hard-nosed, dragged-out game with the run game.
Yeah, I could see that happen. Except I just don't want them to play Elijah Mitchell. Like, if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't want the 49ers to roll out Elijah Mitchell. Just give it all those carries that you're thinking about giving to Elijah Mitchell. Give him over to Mason. Let's just do that. Give him to Ty Davis Price. I really don't care at this point.
Getting juice some carries.
Yeah, it's just something, dude. But I see where you're coming. I think that Brock does have a bounce back game. I think he hits the over here. Just looking at the guy, all his interviews from this past week were about accountability. You could see that he's just a different type of dude. He's one that genuinely wants to improve and wants to be better. And I don't think he wants to leave that bad taste in people's mouth where it's like, can Brock do this? I think he wants to show out. So
and he's not a guy that's gonna be like, oh, I'm down right now, I'm not playing good, and he's gonna carry that into the next week. He's not even gonna carry that into the next play.
yeah,
If he has a down play, then he's just gonna keep on going. So that's what we saw at the end of this Cleveland game. Despite how bad it was, how terrible he was playing, he's gonna keep slinging it. He's like Steph Curry, like just keep chucking threes.
yeah. Taking a look at the rushing yards, the only one that really matters is Alexander Madison. His over-under is 45.5. I'm so tempted to just take that under. The linebacking core is just too good. This defensive line blows you up at the line of scrimmage. I think that's an easy under.
Same. Easy under.
Yeah, I just don't think they even trust Alexander Madison at this point. He's shown that he's not a true number one. You really thought that, hey, we can get at least 80% of what we're getting from Dalvin Cook here, and he just hasn't proven it. So I'm taking that under all day. As far as receiving yards,
All right, this is where I really want to get into because I have Jordan Addison on my fantasy team.
oh no.
Debo Samuel's out, so I really want to see what Ayuk's at. And are we gonna work in Ronnie Bell at some point because he can do the things that Debo can do? That's what we've been hearing all preseason. That's what we've seen. So, what we got?
So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna pump the brakes on Ronnie Bell. I don't think he can do what Debo can do at all. I think he's just a solid receiver. I would say he's more of like a Kendrick Bourne, if we're gonna be honest. But it's fine. Like when you're the number 4 guy, that's all we need is a Kendrick Bourne.
And
But don't
also,
expect him to be Debo Samuel.
also in this space now in the wide receivers, last year we rode Juwan Jennings a lot, and he paid
Yes.
off a lot. Hasn't had numbers to bet on, but what do we see now?
All right. So going just down the list from highest to lowest, Brandon Ayuk. Over under 73 and a half yards. That is a big number. George Kittle, over under 46 and a half yards.
Under.
I don't know, dude. And then
No, we're not
Juwan,
gonna do this. We're not gonna all season. We're like, oh, it's gonna be a Kittle game. Kittle could get involved. Kyle does not want Kittle being a receiver. He's a lineman.
but look at when Brandon Ayuk or when Brandon Ayuk is the sole receiver, you need someone who's going to be able to deliver those blows that Debo can. And that's George Kittle. We know he doesn't shy away from contact, even when it's a detriment to him. I think that's what they were missing in this Browns game. Just something where it just knocked the defense back and like showed them, hey, we're not here to mess around. So I think George Kittle will get activated early into this game. Um, anyways,
I'm
Juwan, I would take that over.
I'm out on Kittle all season until I see consistency. But Caffrey goes down, Debo goes down. He doesn't even look to go to Kittle.
But that's on fucking Kyle. Honestly, it
Yeah,
was a
that's
dumb
what I'm
game plan.
saying. Kyle
It was
doesn't
a
want.
dumb game plan. It was stupid. Like, but again, we talked about this before.
Prove us wrong, Kyle. Prove us wrong.
Juwan Jennings, over under 29 and a half yards. That's a little high for my blood. Last year we were getting him at fucking 15. Now it's 30. Like, bro, but that's the Brock Purdy effect.
But
Inflation.
Jawan, he's looked good in the limited snaps he's played. He's gotten a decent amount of catches for the very limited amount he's played. I think he can definitely hit like 2 catches. He get 30 yards. He's usually like a deep crosser, a deep out, and that's like 15 each catch.
I don't know. I just don't feel good about that number. Considering we were getting him at 18 yards, at 15 yards last year. But again, Brock Purdy effect. Tackles. So let's hit the defensive side of the ball. They're all Minnesota Vikings guys. So Cameron Bynum, Jordan Hicks, they are 7.5 and 8.5. I think they're thinking the 49ers are going to be on offense a ton. I'm not even going to touch that. Let's see. Sacks. Javon Hargrave for 1 sack is plus 120. For Nick Bosa to get a sack, minus 223. So they're expecting them to get after this guy.
Is Randy Gregory on there?
No. But man, he looks good.
He does. He does.
Let's see. Touchdowns. They still have McCaffrey listed on the touchdowns. For him to get at least one is minus 251. We don't even know if this guy's playing.
I saw a report today trending like he's playing.
Yeah. So they're expecting him to still get a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk to get 1 touchdown is plus 120.
That might be the bet.
That might be the bet, dude. Because we know he has a connection. I think like that looks pretty good. Jawan Jennings to get a touchdown, plus 450. That's
okay. Hear me out. What's Juice's touchdown number?
let me see. Plus 800.
A little sprinkle a little bit on there, just a tad.
Are we just gonna do touchdowns? Do you want to just do touchdowns this week?
Just do a bunch of touchdowns.
Yeah.
This Minnesota defense isn't that great. I mean, 49ers coming off they're coming off a long week now. A lot of time to prepare. Um, they want to bounce back. They want to look good, and then take away Debo. Maybe McCaffrey's limited.
But if McCaffrey plays, Kyle's gonna want to keep that streak alive. He's gonna want to get him a tug.
Yeah, but we were seeing in red zone like they're willing to flare out Hughes check and get him a nice touchdown.
Oh, I know. I'm already thinking 2 steps ahead of you, bro. Like I'm thinking we sprinkle some on Juice. Maybe even Ronnie Bell too at plus 550. And then Brandon Ayuk.
I think we can choose the diamond pick. We put a decent chunk on that. We put a union or something, and then these other ones we sprinkle a little bit here and there.
All right. So are we ready to make this diamond pick?
I think we're ready.
All right. So are we both thinking BA?
Yeah, we're both thinking that.
Okay. So the diamond pick of the week this week, Brandon Ayuk to have at least one touchdown. I'm thinking it's a for sure thing. Him and Brock Purdy have a chemistry together. No Debo Samuel. So we know that he is going to be looking for his guy. So that is the diamond pick of the week. We are going to be putting one unit on Brandon Ayuk to hit a touchdown. And then we are going to sprinkle. Do you want to do a fourth of a unit just because it's such a big number?
Yeah.
A fourth of a unit on Kyle Juszczyk for a touchdown. And then do you want to do another fourth on Ronnie Bell? Or are we thinking
Juwan?
Kittle? Juwan? All right, yeah, Juwan Jennings. Just to, I mean, if it hits, it hits, baby.
We gotta spice things up a little bit. I mean, we're up on the year. We're feeling good.
All right, so that's the diamond pick of the week. It is Brandon Ayuk to have at least one touchdown in this game.
All right, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you're betting, and have a good Monday night.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See ya.